Juice?
Yes.
Juice.
Why are we drinking this weird juice?
Because we're doing Pikmin 3.
Oh!
Oh, cheers.
That was great. Guess what we're doing now on the show? We're doing reviews again. So we're actually calling them reviews.
And
once
we're actually
again.
using the number system. Again, it's coming back due to popular demand.
Yeah, I don't know why we changed. Well, I do know why we changed, but I'll never tell anyone.
It's a secret.
So let's get into Pikmin 3.
So it's a real-time strategy game, I guess, but it's so cute. Yes, it is. The plot is that you come from a planet that is about to starve, and you guys crash land on this other planet, and you want to find fruits, and you want to find all of your teammates.
Why are we drinking juice? Because in the game now, every end of day, I don't know if you've played Pikmin before,
I haven't,
but
Jay.
for the people who have not played Pikmin, you only have a limited time on each level. And then at the end of the day, you actually have to leave because at nighttime, enemies come out.
The monsters come out and they eat the Pikmin, and if you leave the Pikmin behind, it's so sad.
So now at the end of every mission, you actually have to drink something, and that is juice.
Juice for juice, and if you don't get any, they're like, oh no, we didn't find any, we might starve.
So every time you land, you have to make sure that you actually bring fruit back to your ship, or you don't get any juice.
But sometimes you find tons of fruit, and so you have fruit for days. I ended up with 2 rows of fruit by the end of the game. So much juice.
Do you like juice?
I like fruit juice. In this game, you can command up to 3 people, eventually, once you collect all of them. In other games, you could only do 2. So,
Olimar.
oh, so this
Oh.
way you can what?
I hate filming outside
Cicadas.
because of those pricks. Shut up!
You can multitask a lot better. However, I suck at that. I can only really do like 2 things at a time. So
Yeah.
for me, it was kind of wasted just because I get nervous that something bad's going to happen to the other group while I'm away with someone else.
Yeah, what I found was in the old Pikmin games, I thought the Pikmin was a challenge enough just to actually like put them in groups, get them doing certain things. Now you have new Pikmin, which we'll talk about in a second, but now you have 3 crewmates that you can switch between. It's almost like GTA 5. And every time you switch between them, you have to make sure that the group you left behind is doing something and they're not getting murdered. It actually goes by days, and I think one day is about 20 minutes long.
If that, I don't, it doesn't seem like that long. It seems like 10 minutes, or maybe it's 20 minutes. It always seems like, what? It's almost the end of the day. There's these little clock chimes that go along as it goes throughout the day.
Yeah, and I do know people have beat it already in like 26 days.
Yeah.
Which is ridiculously fast if you're using the different crew members.
So the new Pikmin, we got the winged Pikmin. They of course can fly. They're not the strongest,
No,
but they
but
can pick stuff up and go over.
They're very
areas.
useful if there's like fruit on the other side of a fence or on a hill. You just toss them up and they go and they bring
then
it
they
over.
fly it back to the ship, and they go in a quicker way to get to the ship. And then there's the rock Pikmin. Those guys are tougher, and you can break glass and things like that in the levels to get through them. Crystals. Sorry,
Also, they're good
crystals.
for beating enemies up.
You have the red Pikmin, they're fire resistant from another game. Yellow Pikmin, they are electric resistant. They can't get
They
electrified.
can't get tased by police.
Yeah. Ah, useful. And the blue Pikmin are also back, and they of course can go in the water.
So there's also Nectar that's making a return from Pikmin 2. You basically feed it to the Pikmin and make them stronger. I didn't even notice what the hell it did.
I didn't notice them to be that much stronger personally. I didn't do like a specific test to figure it out. But like a little flower grows on their head, and then they're supposed to be a bit stronger. I don't know, maybe they were, but maybe it's because we were in a harder part of the game. I don't know.
So Nintendo Wii U has a gamepad, and you're supposed to use it to play these games. And I was thinking, oh my god, for Pikmin, it could be amazing. It could be just amazing. And yet there are some features in the game that are really good. Like for instance, the ability to just touch on a map and send your crew in that direction.
Yeah, so you touch on the gamepad on the map, and click go here, and then just...
You can also use the Wii U Pro controller, which is just the same as an Xbox 360 controller. And this is where the game, to me, doesn't play the best. I think when it came onto the Wii, that was the best way to play this game because you actually point at your groups of Pikmin and move them around with the Wii U.
It's so much easier than using a little
The
stick.
Wiimote,
I don't
I mean.
like that. You can do split screen where you do missions and you're helping each other. You're trying to compete as fast as you possibly can to get the most treasure, to kill the most enemies, to kill the bad guy the quickest. Like once you beat a boss in the story mode, you can go to missions and together work on killing the boss, which is fun. There's also competitive modes. I like this one. There's the bingo battle mode, and it's like a little bingo chart. It has fruits and killing different bad guys and marbles.
Random items that you have to like sort of line up, in like bingo.
Like bingo, yeah. So you need to get your Pikmin together, and then you also need to get more Pikmin, but then at the same time you have to go collect these items before the other person gets to them. And you can also like screw the other person over by getting your Pikmin to attack them. You did that one time when I was gonna choke you out. I was like, I hurt you!
I killed you. So this is the first time we've seen Pikmin in HD. What did you think of it?
It looked beautiful. I thought they did a great job. All the graphics were lovely, the worlds were lush, the levels were well done.
It was amazing to see 100 Pikmin running around the screen.
I know.
And they're all doing different animations. It was interesting to see how Nintendo would use HD for the first time, and it's very subtle. It's not something like they're like, oh, HD, look what we can do.
Look,
fancy,
we can make
fancy.
skin so nice.
So, Kat, what do you give this game out of 10? Now that we have scores back, are you excited to give this a score?
I'm excited to give this a score.
Because it's a score, it's back.
It's back, it's back. I would have to give this a 9. I enjoyed it thoroughly. I thought the level design was really, really fun. It looked amazing. I like the 2 new Pikmin. I haven't really played that much other Pikmin. I played once for like a few minutes and wasn't really into it. But this time I loved it. And I really love all the items. The juice was cute. The story was fine. It was sort of childish, but at the same time, it wasn't annoying, so that was good. Yay. And I just really enjoyed it. It was a great strategy game. You really had to rush around and make sure you use your time wisely and try to multitask as best as you can. I loved it. I played it for 11 hours straight the first day.
Would you recommend buying it? If you have a Wii U, do you go out and buy this game?
I would say buy it, and I would play it again and again to see if I could do it faster, see if I could be more efficient, or as I always think, you can lend it to friends and stuff too, and then get back to it, play it again in a few years, and I think that I would.
I give it an 8 out of 10. The reason I give it an 8 out of 10 is because something was just missing. I know Nintendo's not very well known for making stories that are captivating. Like Super Mario's been the same story for 15,000 years. Zelda is decent, but it's still very mysterious.
Fair enough.
They're just like, here's a sword, go find a princess.
Yeah.
I'm talking about an actual story, something that's a little bit more than we expect. And because it's in HD, I was thinking they really have an opportunity to make it like a Pixar film and do amazing cinematics and stuff, but yet we're left with the core Nintendo idea of a video game. And is that a bad game? Absolutely not. It's still a very good game, and it did bring me back to some of my childhood experiences with Nintendo. I definitely turned the game on and felt like this is a Nintendo game. Nintendo made this game. You could tell from the way everything was just simply shot in the camera, how everything was actually moving around on the camera, the animations. You could tell Nintendo people made this game, and that was something that I was hoping for. I was thinking, oh, we're going into HD. Is it going to be really different? But no, it's just Nintendo in HD, and it's really good. It's not as bad as the Super Mario was for the Wii U. It's not just Super Mario in HD. They use the HD to their advantage here. It's so subtle and pretty that you don't even notice it. You're just in the world. It's a great game. I would suggest to buy it for the Wii U if you've basically been shoveling dust off of your Wii U. And that's about it for Pikmin 3. It's an enjoyable Pikmin game.
Good?
Cheers!
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 Drink up. No!
Oh.